In this video, I will talk about the chapter Use Mathematical Operators in Python, which is part of Python for Beginners tutorial. The tutorial is available on Microsoft's Learn website. So just search for Python for Beginners tutorial on Bing and Microsoft Learn, and you should be pointed to this place. So in the mathematical operations or the mathematical operations in Python, could be of the following types. So you have the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and the symbols of them are quite straightforward. So you have two numbers, you want to add them, just do number 1 plus number 2. Similarly, for subtraction, number 1 minus number 2, star is for multiplication, and the forward slash is for division. One thing you will find is that when we divide a number, for example, if you want to divide 1042 by 60, then the answer you would get will be, say, this much. Let me just show it to you here. So if I have, say, number 1 is, say, 1042 and number 2 is 60, and if I do print str, let me just do it the other way. Number 1 divide by number 2. If I save it and run this program, okay, I missed a brace, saved it again. The answer you get is 17.36. So that's division. If you're interested only in the quotient of the division and not the not the decimal points, then you do what is called a floor division. So basically use 2 forward slashes instead of 1. And if I now run it, you will see I get 17 for the second print. Similarly, just like you can get a quotient, you can also get a remainder of the division. So if I do number 1% number 2, then percent is the symbol to get only the remainder of the division. If I now run it, you see the answer is 22. So these are some of the operators available to you. The order of operation is, I think, typical mathematical order. So you start with parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, and addition and subtraction. Then there's an exercise you can run in the sandbox itself. Pretty straightforward exercise, nothing too complex here. Like in this one, there's two variables being subtracted, and here variable being divided by 1.60 and other numbers. Now, when we work with numbers, it's fine that some of the numbers could be created in the program itself or declared in the program itself, like I have done here. What if the number needs to come from outside the program? So if I want, for example, user to enter number, so if I say enter number 1, and then I say for number 2 as well, I say enter number 2, and if I now run it, then I get number 1, let's say 1042. I get other number as 10. Now if I run it, you will see I get an error, because when I input the numbers, these numbers are of type string, whereas the mathematical operators work on type integer. So what I need to do is convert these numbers into integer, and for that the function you need to use is int. So I can say num1 I is equal to int number 1, and I can say n2 I, another variable, is int number 2, and I can now start doing the operators on these integer equivalents of the numbers entered by the user. So n2 I, then n1 I into underscore I, and n1 underscore I percentage n2 underscore I. So now if I run the program, it should work fine. 1042, 10, and now the operators are working fine because I've converted those numbers from string into integer. And then you will have exercises. Now, one of the things is, just like I had an int function here, there are other functions available to you as well to work with numbers. So, for example, absolute or ABS is a function available to get the positive value of to create positive values. So, if I have, for example, if I say print integer, sorry, str1 minus 2. If I just print this, I should get -1. These are irrelevant for this example, so I get -1. But if I want a positive number only, I can call an ABS method, which is available in the math library. And if I run this, okay, I got an error because ABS should work not with string, sorry. So 1 minus 2. Let's see now. Let me just remove this. Okay. So the answer is 1. So ABS has converted 1 minus 2, which is -1, into its absolute value. If you want to find out what methods are available to you in the math library, you just go to the Python docs and look for mathematical functions, and you will find functions like ceiling or factorial, etc. in the library. So that's a quick overview for you on mathematical operators in Python. Thanks for watching.